Hey everyone, I'm David, editor of Imaging Resource. I just got back recently from the WPPI trade show in Las Vegas where I had a chance to get hands-on time with the brand new Nikon Z5 II. And I gotta tell you, this camera left a really great first impression on me. We've got our review unit on the way and we will have a full video up after we've gotten some time to test it, but I wanted to give you my first thoughts about it having spent some time with it. First of all, the Z5 II is a relatively affordable full-frame mirrorless camera. It costs $1,700, which is about $1,000 less than the Z6 III. But this isn't your typical stripped-down entry-level camera. The Z5 II is a hybrid camera with some serious still and video capabilities, at least on paper, that make it feel more like a younger sibling to the Z6 III and the Z8 than an update to the original Z5. This is the second time now that Nikon has released a camera which is the next version number that is so much better than the version that came before it. The Z6 III has so many things going on with it, it's like Nikon had made a brand new camera instead of just updating the previous camera, and the Z5 II does that as well. Under the hood, you've got a 24.5 megapixel BSI, which means backside illuminated CMOS sensor, which is paired with the same X-Speed 7 processor in the ZF and the Z8. That backside illuminated sensor means that the Z5 II is really good in low light photography. A BSI sensor gives a camera much better performance in low light. There is much less grain and higher dynamic range in darker scenes. This camera also gets a huge boost to autofocus and now has subject recognition for more things. So in addition to humans and faces, you have birds, you have animals, you have vehicles, and more subjects. So since WPPI is a photography show, there are a lot of muggles around, the kind of people who might recognize a new camera. So Nikon and I took the Z5 II into one of the darkest, weirdest places of the Rio Hotel. I'm actually not sure if it's an arcade tucked inside a Kiss tribute museum or a Kiss tribute museum tucked inside an arcade. It's kind of hard to describe this place, but think neon, weird LED colors, Kiss memorabilia, and no ambient light. Here's a shot from my phone of what the lighting was like in the arcade section. The Z5 II handled it like a champ. The autofocus locked on instantly. It even locked onto the eye of this Gene Simmons statue in full makeup. I was really impressed with how the camera tracked objects and eyes in super low light. Since the camera isn't out yet, there's no RAW converter for it yet, so these are all JPEG shots. Honestly, I wouldn't change much about the shots that I got, even though the colors were strange. I was really hoping to get interesting hues and saturated images, and that I did. Even under the dim light of video arcade screens, image quality is great, and the cast gives a feel of the location, I think. RAW files would give me the ability to adjust the white balance, but for the most part, I was shooting under LED lights to get the cool effect of the LED lights and to see how the camera would react to it. I didn't really get a chance to dig into the video features, but on paper, this camera is going to be incredible for video. You have internal uncropped 4K 30, cropped 4K 60 with only a 1.5 times crop. There's 10-bit H.265 recording, support for N-Log and HLG, and check this out, you can record an N-RAW internally to an SD card. I suspect that we're going to see a focus on video features in the upcoming Nikon cameras, as Nikon recently acquired the high-end cinema company Red. While this is a compact camera, it's not a small camera. By that I mean that a lot of really small cameras, your hands don't really find a good purchase, a good place to grip it. This camera has absolutely no problem with that. The buttons are easy to use, the dials are easy to get to, and the menus are as clear and easy to use as all of Nikon's mirrorless cameras. I think this is going to be a great camera for a YouTube studio or any other creator, so I'll be setting up a Z5 II to test it as a Studio A and hopefully a B camera. For $1,700, it has all and maybe more video features than some other cameras have at the same price point. The whole Nikon Z5 II feels like Nikon is doubling down on usability and affordability without cutting any corners on performance. These were just my first impressions after a short shoot, but the Z5 II is already looking like it could be one of the best value hybrid cameras on the market. I'll have a full review of the camera soon with more photo samples and an in-depth breakdown of the video functionality. But for now, color me impressed. What questions do you have about the Nikon Z5 II? What do you want us to test when we get our test unit? Leave us comments down below for the things you would like us to answer about the Z5 II. And while you're down in the comments, do me a favor, you know what I'm going to ask, hit the like and subscribe buttons if you like these honest real-world reviews and previews of cameras. For Imaging Resource, I'm David Schloss. Get out there and give it your best shot.